John, if we start off with Real Madrid and Ajax.
Yeah.
Did you see that coming?
No. But there again, well, I didn't know. I don't think anybody would. But Real Madrid are in a bad state. They have been all year. They need a new manager. Things are not good there. But I was surprised at the standard of Ajax, and particularly Tadic, who had a terrific game. That's the lad who played at Southampton. Looked nothing at Southampton. He was absolutely outstanding the other night. And Ajax played really, really well. It wasn't a fluky win. Madrid had a couple of chances themselves, but they're not the Madrid that we know from previous years.
Ramos wasn't there. Big difference, or would it have made any difference?
Well, Ramos would make a difference when Ronaldo's gone. The manager's gone. Zinedine Zidane is gone. I mean, they're huge changes. They got a new manager in, and they're all over the place, Mick. So, but saying that, it was a surprise. But Real Madrid are not the Madrid that has been winning the Champions League for the last few years. Another
figure there, Gareth Bale. He's having issues there. People were suggesting that with Ronaldo gone, it might open up a bit of space for him, but it ain't working out that way.
Well, he's not Ronaldo, Mick.
Well, yeah.
Well, that's the thing.
No, but he's not even Gareth Bale these last couple of years.
Gareth Bale is Gareth Bale, to be quite honest. Gareth Bale is a terrifically gifted lad at what he does. And I'm only giving you my take on him.
Yeah.
He's quick. He's a good shot on him. He scores dramatic goals. But I wouldn't put him in as a world class player because you don't know what to expect from him. There's too many indifferent games for my liking. Because once you hear people saying on his day, then my fear factors go up.
It should be there every day.
Well, if you're talking about the great players, Messi and Ronaldo and Modric, they do it all the time. They don't play well all the time, but they play 99% well most of the time. Whereas Bale is a type of lad, he needs room. When he's not good in tight areas, but you give him down the wing and he's one-on-one with the fullback and he can knock it past him, then he's great. And he's a great shot on him. I mean, he is a very, very valuable player, but he's not a Messi or a Ronaldo. And the fact that they're even anybody talking about him replacing Ronaldo is ridiculous. So I think he's bearing the brunt of the frustration of the fans because they're not playing well. And I don't think he's been all that popular in Madrid.
No,
enough.
Some people say he hasn't made the effort to even integrate there.
Well, they say that, but that's only one aspect of it, Mick.
Yeah.
Like if you were scoring a hat trick every week, they wouldn't care whether he integrated or not. And I think it's a stick to beat him with. But I think playing on the pitch is most. But I've always felt that about Bale. He can be dramatic, or is dramatic in what he does, but not reliable in what he like. There's certain situations and conditions that he's actually world class in those conditions, but not in tight areas. And he has to be clever on the ball. He needs room. He needs space to do what needs to be done. And if he doesn't get that, then he doesn't really play. So he's going to be inconsistent.
Modric wasn't up to his usual self either.
Well, Modric is. Well, you're only as good as the players you play with. I saw the match the other night, and I thought Modric was very, very good in the circumstances. He was doing his job fine, but the people around him weren't. And you're only as good as the people around you. Anybody in any game that you play, or we all play. Like if you put Modric in the Barcelona team now, he'd be sensational still. If you put him in the Ajax team the other night, he would have been terrific. But after I saw him, he played well in what he had to do in his role. But the people weren't around him, and you're only as good as the players that you have to play with.
Is this the end of Real signing on the way down? First time in they won 4 out of the last 5 Champions Leagues.
Yeah.
First time they haven't got as far as the quarter final in the whole lot.
Once it changes, it changes.
Yeah.
And it changes very quickly.
Yeah.
Like if you get like you go to Manchester, we'll talk about Manchester now, but you have Ferguson there for 27 years, right? They're only replacing him now in a fashion. It doesn't, great managers and managers like Zidane, they don't come very hard to get. So when you lose Zidane, who's been there, whatever he's there, 6 years or whatever it was, and with fantastic record, where do you get a replacement? You've got to try somebody, and you don't know any manager what he's going to do before he goes into the job. So there's no guarantees in anything in management, as we know. So they're like all clubs, they don't stay on top forever. Go back to Liverpool when they dominated for 20 years, and Manchester United 20 odd years as well. Because they had great managers at that particular time. But they're very, very hard to find.
That's the thing.